All right, guys, we are recording, and I am so honored tonight that Melody has agreed to do this call for my team. She and I met at convention very briefly, and I messaged her, and she just has made such an impact on me, the way she has grown her business and how she has just been so real and just honest and just really, I just love the way that she has grown her business and she's done it very quickly. And I love this because we hear so many times that, oh, you guys just got in early. That's what happened. Y'all just got in early. And so you went to the top. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Melody and tell you why she is so amazing. So Melody is a registered nurse. So she is in the medical field, and I'm sure she's going to touch on that too, because she may or may not have been a skeptic. I don't know. But she is married to her high school sweetheart of 25 years. And they just renewed their vows in Vegas when they were there for their 25-year anniversary. So that's really exciting. She has two children who are 21 and 18. And guys, here is the crazy stuff, okay? She joined in June of 2018. June 1st of 2018, joined Plexus, okay? She did not share until July 20th of 2018. Now, how crazy is that? But she went Emerald. This is even crazier. Emerald in December of 2018. Yeah, you guys do the math now. And then she went Sapphire this past April of 2019. So you guys you're getting now why I begged her to do this call, and it didn't take much begging because she was gracious to just offer me her time. But I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to let her take it away and tell us all her secrets.
Thank you, Melissa. So it's been a fun, crazy ride, but let me give you a little bit more background. I am a registered nurse. I worked labor and delivery for 14 years. Back in 2007, I joined a weight loss program at my local YMCA. And I'm a little competitive, so I ended up winning that 12-week competition. And at the end of that, they asked me to start teaching boot camp classes. Now, keep in mind, I never taught fitness. In high school, I played sports and things like that, but I never taught fitness. So I ended up becoming a boot camp instructor and taught at the YMCA for a year and a half. Well, I ended up leaving the YMCA in 2009, and they begged me, a lot of my friends and YMCA members begged me to start my own boot camp business. And I thought, no way am I going to do that. But as it would have it, I started a boot camp in my backyard, and then we moved to a local church, and then to a school, and then we found our place, I guess, in a church for about 5 years. But I tell you this because I was anti-Facebook, okay? I worked as a charge nurse in labor and delivery, and I used to catch nurses on their phones on Facebook all the time and not doing their work. So I was anti-Facebook until my boot camp started, and my nieces, who helped me get things going, said, you have got to get on Facebook and build your business, because I was doing everything through email then. So I opened a Facebook back in 2009 to build my business. And when I did, I went in and I just started friending people, all the little, friends that pop up, potential friends or whatever. I just friend, to the point of one day my brother called me and said he was so mad at me because I had sent a friend request to this guy that I didn't even know. And I said, I don't know who he is. Well, it happened to be his ex-wife's boyfriend. So I was like, sorry, I was just sending friend requests. Don't know. But anyway, I say that because I started building my network 10 years ago. So Jay Kaufman is my business coach at Plexus. And Jay kind of, pointed that out. more than a year. I started Plexus a year ago, but I have been building a network for a long time. And I continued that throughout my boot camp years. I would just go in and friend, and the interesting thing is my sponsor, Lauren Collinsworth, we to this day do not know who friended who, because she was building her network for Plexus the same way as I was building my network for boot camp. So we don't know who friended who, but obviously we followed each other. I was on her dream teamers list, so she made me a favorite, and she wanted to make sure that she commented on all of my posts. But the interesting thing about Lauren, even though I scrolled past her Plexus post, there were other things that her and I had in common. So we were both nurses. I was a labor and delivery nurse. Breastfeeding and childbirth, those are all things that are very important to her. I felt like we had a connection, even though it wasn't Plexus related. And the other interesting thing about Lauren is she's about 17 years younger than me, but she actually grew up down the street from me. And her grandmother was my pen pal at church. So it's really super cool that we had a connection without even knowing it. But here's the thing. So her and I were friends for 2 years prior to me reaching out to her. And it's a timing thing. And this is what I tell my team. Post consistently. I know that you hear that all the time, but it is so, so true, because I had a couple of friends, one being a neighbor that we grew up, she knew me when I was born. She's a little older than me, but I had 2 friends that mentioned Plexus to me, okay, in passing, but they never posted about it on Facebook. And when I decided it was time to say yes to Plexus, I reached out to Lauren because she posted consistently on Facebook. She was educating me, whether she knew it or not. I never liked or commented on any of her Plexus posts. I eventually made her a favorite on my Facebook so that every day when I woke up, I could read her Plexus post and learn something new. So, and that's the thing too. Just because people don't like or comment does not mean they're not watching. And the one day or the 1 week that you choose not to post because, I don't know, maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're burned out, whatever it is, that one day that you choose not to could be the day that your dream teamer wants to join, and you didn't post. So they're going to go to the next person. They're going to go to the next person who's open for business. And that's why I reached out to Lauren, because I had built a relationship with her without her even knowing it. I knew a lot about her family. I knew that I could trust her. I knew that she was passionate about what she was posting about. And I knew that when it was my time, that I would get the information and the support that I needed. So that is so super important, to post consistently, to let people know you're open for business. And, there is a difference between someone being a salesperson and someone sharing. So know the difference. There is a difference, and people can see right through you if you're just trying to sell them something versus share with them an opportunity, that for their health and for their happiness and for the business side. So anyway, I reached out to Lauren. I told her I was ready. I needed energy and I needed something for my mental health. I shut down, I closed my boot camp in April of 2017 so that I could focus on my family. My teenage daughter was going through a really tough time in her life. She had been diagnosed with depression and anxiety as a 8th grader, and she had tailspin that year. And it sent me into a deep depression and anxiety, a time in my life that I never, ever thought it would be me. And it's very interesting because now I have a better perspective for people that go through that and to understand it, because depression and anxiety is a feeling. And unless you've experienced it, you truly don't or won't understand what that person's going through. So I joined Plexus for energy and my mental health, because I was taking, if you're familiar, I was taking Ativan 3 times a day, and I did not want to continue that. Even as a nurse, I knew how that was not something I wanted in my body. So later in the summer, I decided to try these supplements with my daughter. Now, keep in mind, I had told Lauren, I want no one to know I'm doing this. Okay. I am to remain secret. My boot camp in Northern Kentucky was very, very popular. And I was against supplementation. I wanted nothing to do with supplementation because people came to me all the time with their products and they wanted access, I felt, to my group of people. And I protected them from that because in nursing school, they don't teach gut health, and they still don't teach gut health in the nursing programs. So I was uneducated, and I am the first to admit that I was uneducated and I was, not open to listening about gut health. It was not, a thing, I guess, at the time. But like I said, I reached out to Lauren. I knew weight loss, so I didn't need the weight loss information. I needed the information she was posting about the energy and the mental health, because Vital Biome had just been brought out the year before, and she was posting a lot about Vital Biome and energy. So anyway, I signed up June 1st. I took my first sip on June the 6th. And I told her, I said, if I don't like it, I'm not going to drink it, because there's a lot of drinks out there that are just nasty. Let's just be honest. But I loved Slim from day one. And in fact, I got to the point where I would lay it out the night before because I couldn't wait to get up the next morning and drink it again. Right. So I started my daughter on the products the middle of July. Now, during that time, I was secretly sharing with my close friends, okay? And my niece was my very first ambassador. And then a mutual friend of mine and Lauren's, I happened to see her comment on one of Lauren's posts, and I said, hey, she gave her to me, I guess, And then my husband was my third ambassador. So before I ever shared, I went silver, secretly silver. So started my daughter on the products in July. Within a week, we saw a significant difference in her. She had been on Prozac for 2 years. We went through a lot of therapy, hospitalizations, no change. Within a week of Slim, X Factor Plus, and Vital Biome, we had a different teenager on our hands. She was more ambitious. She was doing things without being told. It was quite amazing. And that is why I decided to share, because I felt like it would be selfish. And I tell my team that if you have something to share, you need to share it, because if not, you're being selfish, because there's someone out there that needs to hear, no matter how big or how small it is. I have someone who had toe fungus, her toe fungus is gone. I have someone that no longer uses eye drops and had Visine eye drops in her purse, in her car. She had bottles of Visine everywhere. She doesn't use it anymore. That's a big deal, and some people think, well, my story isn't big enough. Yes, it is. You're no matter what your story is, it is significant enough to help somebody. So I do tell my team, you need to share, because there is someone out there that needs to hear from you. So that was July 20th. I made my first post, and I didn't even say, I put a picture of Lauren and a picture of Vital Biome. And I said, these are the products that we're using. If you'd like more information, reach out to Lauren. It was very short, sweet, to the point. Well, a few days later, they were doing an IPA challenge in our group. Okay. And it was about your why. And I took that challenge to heart. It took me several hours to write that post. And that post has been circulated hundreds and hundreds of times. So if you've not seen my testimony, my original testimony, I'm sure you can search it very easily. But that testimony took me hours to write through lots of tears. I had my daughter read it and approve it before I even posted it. And that is the post that blew things out of the water, because it was very genuine, it was very raw, and it was very heartfelt. And mental health, I feel like mental health is my platform. That's what I share a lot about Vital Biome. I share a lot about, happiness, trying to help people with their mood and things like that. So by the end of July, we had signed up, and I say we had signed up 40 people by the end of July. And, again, back to, I built my network 8 years ago, 10 years ago. So I encourage my team every single day to go in and add friends. Just add friends, because you can add some, you can take some away. Your goal is to get to 5,000 Facebook friends as fast as you can. All right. Whether it's 25 a day, 50 a day, whatever it is, because when those friend suggestions come up, those are friends of friends, right? So you want to go in and expand your network, grow your network, whether it be Plexus people or friends of friends, because when I first joined, I added a lot of Plexus friends, because they would come in and comment and help drive my posts through the comments. I really got to know the Plexus culture, the One Plexus culture, very quickly, because people would message me. It was great. I was shocked about, everybody's openness to communicate, and that's awesome. So expand your Plexus network as well as your overall network. And just the other thing is, make sure your Facebook is public. My Facebook is for business. I opened it for business 10 years ago. It is still for business. So if your Facebook is not public, you are not reaching the amount of people that you can potentially reach. There's nothing that I post that I'm not afraid for anybody to see. Honestly, there's nothing that I'm hiding from anybody. Now, the other thing I will tell you, though, I got a lot of pushback when I posted, because I was against supplementation. And I had, in my boot camp, I had 25 instructors. I had a board of people. And about 3 weeks into me sharing, I had not spoke to these people since I closed my boot camp a year and a half before. So do you think they really cared about me? No. So, but they chose to block me and bash me on Facebook 3 weeks into me sharing Plexus. Well, guess what? If Plexus has also taught me one thing, it has taught me, and it's built my confidence for sure, because that's why I wasn't going to share, because of the fear of what people would think. And that is a big obstacle you have to get over, is the fear of what people are going to think of you. Because guess what? It's not them. This is about you. You take care of you first. And let me tell you, I went in and blocked those people. I never felt so free in all of my life to do that. Okay. There is no reason for people to be negative. There is no reason for people to post comments on your, that's ridiculous. So, and always remember, no answer is an answer. Okay. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to validate yourself. So, just be passionate, stand behind your product and behind your belief. But keep in mind, if you need to block people, block them out of your life. And move on. And I truly feel like God did that for me, Because when I went, when I closed my boot camp and I went into that really dark place, I prayed for purpose. That was my prayer. I prayed for purpose, and he answered with Plexus. I will tell you that, that he answered with Plexus. I never imagined Plexus would have been the answer to my prayer. But when those people that I thought were my friends chose to block me and bash me, that was also God telling me, I'm slamming the door. Okay. These are not your friends. These are not your people. So I'm sending you a very big message that it's time to move on. Okay. So if that's what's holding you back, if you've got some past friendships or past relationships or whatever it is that might be holding you back from sharing about Plexus, I want to encourage you to move on and stand up for yourself. Okay. And I had to do that myself. And when I let that wall come down, I think that's when my growth really happened. And I was not afraid anymore to share about it. Changed my family. Why would you not want to share something that changed your family? So anyway, I continue to share. I share consistently. I add friends and take away friends. People follow me. The other thing I'm going to tell you, though, is bring energy. Okay. Bring energy to what you're doing, because people want to be a part of something that's positive and energetic. And I would say a lot of our team is older. So I have a little bit older generation. So we have women that are looking for community. They're looking for, a group to be a part of. So I started with team meetings, right? From the beginning. So even if one person showed up, that was one person. And then they grew and grew and grew. So I do team meetings. We do lunches and get-togethers. Face-to-face is really, really helpful. When somebody gets their products, offer to come to their house, offer to meet them at the library, meet them at the coffee shop, and sit down with them and go over their welcome pack. If you are able to do that, you're within driving distance, I highly encourage you to do that. Put FaceTime with these people. It makes it more personal. It shows them that you truly care. And again, you're not just selling them some product. So the other thing I do that I learned in my other business is people like two things. They like reward and they like recognition. Okay. People love to be recognized and they love to be rewarded. So whether it's a pen, a water bottle, a pair of earrings, a t-shirt, whatever it is, whatever works in your budget, a gift card, put it out there. Because if you're like me, I'm a little competitive. I want to win. So keep that in mind, reward and recognition. The other thing, my husband and I both, he also owns a business, is you have to spend money to make money. Okay. So I went into this business knowing I could not make money last year because of our taxes and because of our finances. So I poured everything back into my business. So I don't know where you are with that, but think about that. You have to spend money to make money. You have to take risks and hopefully they will pay off. So for instance, my best friend from high school is a single mom. And in September, and she's a nurse, but she's a single mom. She has suffered from migraines since high school. I bought her welcome pack because I told her, I said, this is your birthday present from me. Her birthday was in September. She said, no. I said, no, I owe you some birthday presents. So I purchased her welcome pack. And then she took it from there. She has been migraine free since September. She has not missed a day of work, and she missed a lot of work. Well, again, she's a single mom. She could not afford to miss work. She would have to go home and be in a dark room, take these shots for migraines, and be very, very sick. In fact, she works at a school, and a couple months into using Plexus, the secretary said to her, because she's a health clerk, they said to her, wow, you would have gone home today with a migraine, given the circumstances of the day. Even the people in the school noticed that she wasn't missing work because of migraines. She's been migraine free. So I took a risk. Yes, it was my best friend, but I bought her welcome pack. She took it from there. She's been CQ every single month. She does not miss her products. So, depending on your situation, that might be something that you want to take a risk on. A couple of months ago, I reached out to a friend through Messenger. Hey, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. She starts to tell me about her daughter's anxiety. I drove to her house and threw a bottle of Vital Biome in her mailbox. And I drove away. I didn't even knock on the door. I messaged her. I said, Shelly, there's a bottle of Vital Biome in your mailbox. I want your daughter to take this at bedtime. Blah, blah, blah. A week later, she messages me, oh my gosh, Melody, my daughter is amazed. She loves, I took a risk. I gave her a free bottle of Vital Biome, and now they're ambassadors because of that. So if you are in these, have the ability to get product into someone's hand, some way, shape, or form, try that. Do trials, whatever it takes to get product into people's hands. We do events like we call them health and happiness events at our local restaurants where people can come listen to testimonies. We give out giveaways. So those are options. But the other thing I tell people too is when we get together, Plexus is what brought us together, but everything else we do is about empowering women. Okay. It's about building people up, encouraging them and building their belief. All right. So I reached out to someone today. I'm having a sip and see tomorrow and Saturday for the new active at my house. This person I had had any contact since February. And she said, please don't give up on me. I still want to do this. And she originally told me she wanted to do the business way back when. She's a single mom. And I said, Sally, I am not going to give up on you because I know that you have the potential to rock this business. And when the time is right, I'll be ready. But it's about building belief in people that they can do this, that, you really can. Anybody really can do this. So anyway, I continue to share. By the end of December, I was Emerald. And by, the grace of God, I'm, was able to rank Sapphire the end of April. But the other thing I will tell you, if you ever get the opportunity to go to corporate, go to corporate. Okay. Once you have seen corporate from that level, it will change just like convention, but it will change even more because you walk in the door and you're at home. Like the atmosphere is so welcoming. Everybody's happy. If I lived in Arizona, I'd work at corporate. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. So if you ever get the opportunity to go to corporate, I highly recommend making that trip. Okay. But anyway, I just have a lot of fun, guys. This is a lot of fun to me. I post about a lot of different things, but honestly, I do puke Plexus all over Facebook, and that's just my style. I was the crazy boot camp lady one time. Now I'm the crazy Plexus lady. So, and I've given people an opportunity on Facebook over and over again. Please unfriend me and follow me. If you don't like what I post, unfriend me, block me. I've given people plenty of opportunity, but they continue to hang on for some reason, right? So, just stand behind your product, learn something new every day. There's so much great information out there to share with people. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. We were at a funeral today. My husband's 93-year-old aunt passed away, and lovely, lovely lady, but we were all at lunch afterwards. And two of his cousins came up to us and said, okay, we're going to be contacting you about Plexus. And one of them is a nurse. And these are people that I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. But here, my husband, without even being prompted, starts talking about Plexus. He's like, oh yeah, we all take it. And the new active is out. It tastes like peach mango and you're going to love it. And she's having a sip and see on Friday and Saturday and you should come. And I thought, oh my gosh, where did this guy come from? So it's all, it's awesome. My whole family is on board. They talk about it wherever they go. And, my daughter's on board and she's sharing on Instagram because that is her, that's her audience. So she's using Instagram. But anyway, that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I have a ton of fun and I love to share about Plexus, and I am the crazy Plexus lady. So that's just the way it is. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I give to my team. I have business threads. So we talk, and my business builders are all in a thread and we chat throughout the day. We have a team group where I'm always throwing some incentives or some fun prizes out there. Yeah. So that's it in a nutshell.
Melody, I took 2.5 pages of notes and I was just writing like crazy because I thought you had so many great just like tips, but we have some questions if you can answer a couple questions.
Yep.
One of the ones that I really liked was, and this was 2 questions just worded differently, was what has been key for you in finding business builders? I think a lot of our people can find wholesale people like crazy, but we've really had a hard time finding business builders. So how do you do that?
I think because of the little contests and challenges and things, incentives that I do within my group, I think the ball got rolling early. And I think people look at people and say, well, if they can do that, I can do that. I think it's just a follow me kind of mentality, like a leadership, like people will follow along. They're followers. A lot of people are followers and they'll look at certain people and think, well, if she can do that, I can do that. So through a lot of encouragement and incentives and challenges, I think we find those business builders because again, it's building their belief. Because my top 3 business builders, I would have never thought, they came out of the woodwork. These were a couple of old coworkers from years and years ago that we reconnected, and they shocked me, honestly. So the people that you sometimes think would be great business builders, like your dream, and like I watched Lauren for 2 years. I'm looking forward to this time next year when people are messaging me going, I've been watching you for 2 years. And I think at that time they'll be ready. Like they really have watched and they'll be more committed than some people that just want to jump on board just because they want to see what all the, and then they're not committed. But I think it's a more of a follow me mentality. If she can do it, I can do it. And building belief.
Do you find that you convert wholesalers into business builders eventually, or do you find that they just jump right into the business?
I think they just jump back right into the business. So we sign 99% of the people we sign are all ambassadors. So because, that's how I signed, was to save money. I started with a 99 pack. And I tell people, I wish I would have signed with a 199 pack because within a few weeks I was on there ordering something else and ordering something else. So I really lead with the 199 because of the value. And statistically, corporate will tell you that if somebody starts with a 199 pack, they're more likely to stay on longer as opposed to a 99. So that's just through statistics. So
I think it's easier for them to find something they like if they have more products to choose from. They're going to stick with something that's 100 if they have more of an option. So what has been key to you duplicating on your team? Like getting silvers and developing those people?
Well, we do every month. I have a silver challenge. For the first 3 that go silver, they get, a special prize or something. So I throw that out there every month. The first 3 that go silver will get, whatever it is that I'm giving out that month. So again, it's a challenge. People like to be challenged. And again, when they see that first person earn that silver, they're more likely to be like, I can do that. I will tell you the other thing is I am still new to Plexus. I've not been around a very long time, but the incentives that corporate's been doing, like the iPad incentive, the free enrollment codes, all of that is very, very helpful. And, not only from corporate side, but from your team side, just continue that momentum. We have been really pushing like for free shipping. I'm hoping that comes back at some point. To be able to pick your slim, because a lot of the welcome packs have HC and a lot of people need a variety. They need to be able to pick. Now, something else that I do, especially because most of my team is local, is I keep extra product on hand that I'll swap product out. So if they, say they want this welcome pack, but they really want Vital Biome, I will swap them product out to get them what they need. That way there's not product sitting in a cabinet not getting used. Or I really try to reduce the amount of calls to customer service as much as possible. If I can handle it on my end, I try to do that for them. So that is something I do. I know that's not required, but I normally have extra product anyway for various reasons. But yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like you best communicate with your team? Do you do that over a page? Do you do that in threads? Do you message them individually? How do you do that?
Multiple ways. So some of my best business builders, they text me throughout the day or they call me. So I'm usually on the phone with probably, I'd say 5 or 6 of them routinely. And then we have threads. So every couple of months, I've been starting a new business builders thread. I just started another new one this week, and I called them the Future Diamonds because, again, I'm building belief that they will all be diamonds. And my previous business builders thread, there was 100 people in there. Well, guess what? Not all 100 of them were sharing. And I said again, when I started this thread just a few days ago, I said this, I closed the other thread and I said, private message me if you would like to be in my Future Diamonds. And I specifically asked them, this thread is for people who will be sharing consistently and that you are ready to be pushed outside of your comfort zone to reach your goals. It's kind of like tough love, right? If you want to be a business builder, these are the things that you need to do to make that happen. Don't just sit there in that thread and watch everybody else and then, I don't know, complain or get frustrated that you're not building when you're not doing the things as they said at convention. You have to do the things, to get you where you want to go. So, okay, so I have a business builder thread. I have all of my level 1s in a thread. And I do it's called do not reply. So I have all my level 1s in a thread, and I'll periodically, maybe once a week, say, do not reply, info only, whatever it is. We have the team group, but you realize that not everybody accesses a group. They're sometimes more likely to see that message thread. The other thing I use that voice message prompt in the messenger because people are more likely to open a voice message than they are to read something. Because the other thing is people's attention span is 30 seconds, whether it's they're reading something or they're listening to something. So whether you're messaging, a potential or a current ambassador, keep your messages short and sweet, and make it to where they need to ask a question back. So for instance, I'm having the sip and see Friday and Saturday. I went all the way back to February. It's almost July. I went all the way back to February and started messaging those people I messaged in February. It was probably 300 people. And the message I sent was very quick. It said, hi, I'm having a sip and see on Friday and Saturday featuring the new active energy drink. I hope that you can, I hope you can make it. That's it. And I sent it. Well, people asked, well, what time? Where is it? Yes, I'd like to try that. So it forced them to ask a question back. So that worked. So no matter what your message is, keep it short and sweet. Don't send a big long, Bible, or, they're not going to read it. When I follow up with my ambassadors, I simply say, what is your regimen? How can I help you today? Did you drink your pink drink today? Short and sweet, short and sweet. Or if I have someone that is not responding to me, I'll go in there and say, are you okay? It is not like you to not answer me. It makes me think there's something wrong. And 9 times out of 10, I'll get a response. When I was pushing for Sapphire, I would send messages, can you help me? I have a favor. Okay. If someone doesn't respond to a, can you help me? Right?
Yeah.
So think about your verbiage, and keep your messages short and sweet, but step outside your comfort zone. Reach out to those scary, scary people that you think would never, entertain the thought of Plexus, and they might surprise you. All you have to say is, hi, I'm sure you've seen my post about Plexus. I absolutely love it. If you would ever like some information, please let me know, or something. And even if I appreciate the people that respond to me and say, I'm not interested at this time. And I say, thank you so much for responding. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, because 6 no's equal a yes. And I've also had people say, don't give up on me, continue to message me or something like that. It's a timing thing. So I have a physical therapist that works for the school. She's one of my best friends. And I just told her yesterday, I said, Jennifer, I want you to send a message. She now has 2,500 Facebook friends. She's been working really hard. I said, I want you to message every one of those Facebook friends before you go back to school in August. She has 7 weeks to make that happen. And she started this she started it this week, and she's starting to get responses. And it's kind of blowing her mind because she's a great person. And it's amazing to me, like, for people not to trust her, not to respond to her, I don't know. She's just a great, great person. But she deals with self-confidence. Even when she posts, she's afraid of what people like. I'm like, Jennifer, you've got to get over that. You've got to get over that. And she made a really, really heartfelt post about her experience at convention, and 2 people reached out to her. And that's what I told her. You've got to open up your world and let people in so that they know, you're sharing about Plexus. Well, they also want to know some more about you to see if they're building a relationship with you. Can they trust you, with this Plexus? And it will happen when you wear your heart on your sleeve. People will feel that, and that's when people are going to reach out to you. So yeah, so step out of your comfort zone, do the scary things, send the messages. What's the worst case scenario? They unfriend you and block you. Well, they weren't your friend to begin with. So move on. 99% of my Facebook are acquaintances. They are not my true friends and family. Let's just be honest, right? So, you know, and again, Facebook to me is for my business. And that's, you know, I stick behind that. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melody, so much for joining us tonight. We really, 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 really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So many notes, and I'm getting like text messages the whole time from my team going, "This is amazing. This is so great." So they really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
You are welcome. Good luck to everybody. I hope to see you all as Jules at convention next year. That would be awesome. And you can do it. I know you can. So keep working.
Great. Thank you so much. Good night, guys.
You're welcome. Bye.